Esmeralda side lane awkward, in my opinion.
It does.
I
It
cannot but
does.
feel that Esmeralda might not be an option here for the second two pick of Omega.
Yeah.
You also get the Parsa, which Bren loves playing, really, you know. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
what most of us consider as the number one support right now. Not because of the damage, not because of the damage, but really of the vision
Yeah.
and the effective roam that Esmeralda can do.
Sometimes it's not always about the damage, right? It's
Yeah,
about the amount of zoning that your
the zoning,
skills can
yes,
provide.
yes.
Like sometimes you pick a
You
Gatot
just drop
Gacha.
two. You just drop two feathered airstrike. If you get hit by two feathered airstrike, that's already effective. Yeah,
Exactly. It's already like half HP for
yeah,
most people.
yeah,
And that's enough to scare them, force
yeah.
them to back,
Or
or
make
to
their
force,
plans awkward. Yeah.
yeah, play awkwardly and force them away from an area that you're trying to secure, right?
Wow. Yeah.
Cyclops. Just so that Yu Zhong and Hilda
But
can keep attacking the target.
you could still choose a Hylos here.
That's gonna stop a lot of the Hilda from pushing,
Yeah,
right?
that's also gonna stop a lot onto Cyclops. And given the 10-ban system, there's a lot of freedom to choose the Hylos. Again, you could just leave the off lane onto the Uranus.
I
You
would.
could still have your
Yeah.
main tech here without having to reveal your side lane.
I think if you notice, a lot of side lanes are being left a little later on the draft today.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting whether or not they're going to pick another solid, sturdy hero. Most likely a support.
Mhm.
But going for the Lancelot instead. Very early reveal here.
That's really good. If there's one carry, okay. If you're going Cyclops, fine.
Yeah.
We'll go Lancelot. I mean, the moment that star power lockdown lands, just greet that with the Torn Rose.
I would say that's one of the... this is one of the heroes that Carly is also always super comfortable with
Yeah.
playing. And this guy can really do some damage when you
Yeah.
give him a hero that has a very high skill cap.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been the trend here, at least for BREN Esports.
Not to mention Rockheart that I can't help but think Omega may still not choose the Ling anymore. This is actually a composition that with the Hayabusa ban, BREN Esports doesn't really want to worry about the Ling getting chosen.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
I think it makes more sense that you got the ban onto the Roger, and force Omega. Although I think really Omega won't choose the Ling. Force Omega to choosing a Ling
That's gonna
because
be a bit of a
there's a very nice invade control here now for BREN.
that's true.
right.
And also not to mention that these heroes from Omega, this Yuzhong needs a lot of farm as well. You don't want that to contest with a Ling. And you guys are fighting on the map for a lot of gold. That's probably gonna get invaded by BREN Esports.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm.
So you already have an enemy
Yeah.
that is invading all of your resources, and then in your team, you're fighting on who gets the gold.
Yes, and the best part here for the side of Omega though is no more Chango,
That's right.
just
That's
because
right.
of that Uranus. X Borg, they're really eyeing their side
They
lanes.
hate that
We
export.
might be seeing some surprise side lane pick here for BREN Esports. Now I kind of feel that the one most affected here might be a side lane.
That's
Or
true.
for the 10-ban system because teams are now prioritizing their supports and carry.
Yeah.
And now we got our carries. Look at that. Our carries are now being prioritized onto the first
First to
rotation
third,
or
yeah.
second. But here,
Exactly.
Omega, they're still holding it up. This might be very punishing for Omega.
I think Omega might just have
YS
to
is
make
not-
a big choice.
Yeah, YS will not be a good choice here.
Yeah. That's gonna get taken care of by the Lancelot and the Farsa so easily
Yeah.
at this
What will
point.
be the carry here for Omega?
Omega could opt for a Roger still. They could
No,
force.
Roger is banned.
Yeah, Roger.
Yeah, so
Oh my
so that's
gosh,
the
Roger's
problem
banned.
now. Yeah,
I did
Hayabusa
not
is
notice
banned.
that. Oh,
Hayabusa is
man.
banned. So
What a draft here.
Oh, close.
They still
Okay,
forced the
they still want the
lane.
link, but
Okay.
this time with the Angela. But
I-
with a side lane Cyclops.
This is side lane Cyclops. I like it. I like it right now.
Wow.
Unless they do a side lane Angela, which Kenji has been known to do before. Way before. I don't know if he's gonna do that now. If they
Oh my
force
God.
him to, but it's gonna be super fun to watch.
10 bans, ladies and gentlemen, and we're seeing a Cyclops. And
Cyclops.
Angela, this is season 1.
Yep, way back then. Welcome back. I would say.
wherein the supports are trash. And the only viable support is Angela. Wherein you always choose Bounty Hunter and you choose Assassin to win.
Yep.
Wherein
Get that
Fanny
damage
is
output.
faster.
Oh, I miss Fanny, man. I hope Fanny makes
Wherein
a
there's
comeback.
Lancelot, actually. Lancelot is a season 1
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
MPL season 1 hero.
Gatot
But
Gacha.
yeah,
Very interesting pick here for BREN Esports.
totally
It's,
okay for the side lane. Totally
yeah.
stable for the side
It's
lane.
one of those heroes that work well with the Farsa and the and the Kupopol and Kupa as well.
Yeah.
We've seen a video of this like just earlier today, and they really dominated that game. So, great zoning capabilities, great stunts here for
Side
BREN
lane.
Esports. That's something that, you know what? That's the only thing that's lacking for Omega.
Mm.
That hard crowd control.
Yeah,
But
yes.
the only thing you have is a lot more balance in this one.
And again, if you start losing your second cycle of buff, it will be very punishing.
Oh,
For
that's
the link.
big.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge.
Especially to the second cycle. Let's see, guys. We are now onto the game number 2 of our first series for the first day of the second week of the MPL PH regular season Omega versus BREN Esports.
So BREN Esports is looking like they are still gonna be a lot more comfortable in that early game with obviously Lusty on the Popol and Kupa. They have a lot of control on these lanes, but obviously the level 1 is going to favor a little bit on the side of Omega.
Yeah, that's a little bit faster compared to them. Lots of damage actually from the Hilda. Not to mention the planet's attack
Yes.
of the Cyclops. That's
Those
why
are
they
two
picked her.
some of the best clearing
Yeah.
skills that you can get from Omega, which is a good pick.
Yeah.
But again, it's not always about the early game, right?
Yes.
Sometimes you also have to consider what happens in the mid game when these guys have their ultimates.
Yeah.
Like I said, off lane, solo
Offlane, yeah.
lane,
Offlane Angela. Totally no
it's
problem
back.
for that part.
Yeah.
Here's the thing though, if Angela actually did use her heart guard, you can easily respond if you're get at Kacha.
Oh.
Avatar of Guardian is kind of semi-global in a way.
Yeah,
right?
that's a great combo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can actually work well against each other. So for the meantime, it's gonna be chill for the most part, and I kind of expect this to keep happening, since both of our lineups have some very late game carry.
Ooh, that was close. That was really, really close. Kenji here in critical hand. He did receive, I think, that Phantom execution from Kurt Z was almost closer to Hajis. He had that taunt connected from Rebo.
Yeah, that was like
That would be it.
pixel perfect, almost there,
Yeah.
right? So a little bit of a failed attempt, but I don't mind that at all, as we are gonna see another one very, very soon for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like Haji's just waiting for a perfect opportunity, and like I said, that Yu Zhong, oh my God,
Biri,
big mistake.
biri balance.
Very, very, very bad. Leave that.
Yeah.
Please just ban the Yu Zhong.
the procs on that guy.
It's impossible. I mean,
Able to take
we
down
played
the
it
Uranus.
yesterday, and I did not feel the nerf
Yeah.
at all. So good luck, guys, for Omega. But they still, again, I like that they're prioritizing the keeping the Yu Zhong alive as well here for Omega. This is a good way for them to come back.
Yeah.
Right? If ever they can get it to late game,
Yeah.
this Ling is this Yu Zhong,
Yeah.
this is gonna tear through
Yeah.
BREN Esports.
And the best part about the user is it will establish pressure that Hayes would need for his Cyclops, to land all those planets attacks freely. Here comes a GZ. Now focus on the few. Few will be saying goodbye. But the Flicker should be burned onto the last tick. Flicker as well onto Lusty. They get greeted quickly by the Predator Dare Strike. Doesn't matter. No, nice! Back up here by Rebo. Rebo with a taunt now for Kenji as well. But I think he would have to back out. That's a 2-for-1 exchange in favor of Omega.
I feel like I'm watching boxing,
Wow.
blow by blow.
Wow, yeah.
They are answering each other so fiercely.
Boom!
Oh!
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hit.
bring in the hit.
My gosh,
That was
this
Flicker.
guy.
Yeah, that was just one hit completed. Had it been, it would be a kill for that Lancelot, but still not gonna be enough. The thing about Hilda, the first blow is hurting,
That's right.
but the auto attack of Hilda is a bit slow.
It is, right? You have to use that skill to reset your
Yeah.
normal attacks,
Yeah.
basically. And somehow, I just feel like, they're just letting those blows go by without too much answers. I feel like the finishing is becoming a big problem for Omega here. They cannot finish off targets very quickly without the help of Hajizi.
Yeah.
So Hajizi needs to be in the fight so that they can take full advantage of everything they're doing on
Yes.
the map.
Yes, especially that this is still a link comp.
Yes.
With Angela.
Angeline.
Yeah, this is still a link comp. Alright, is that a feather dare strike? I'm seeing is still the Uranus.
Oh my
Here,
gosh.
getting punished heavily by Curtsy, just in time for the Black Dragon form to back up here for this turtle. Curtsy tries to walk away, still secures the turtle upon the third rose. Rebo here will be left for dead. He uses the avatar of Guardian, not to really guard someone, but to really walk away. Hayes here receives as well the Phantom Execution coming in from Curtsy. And I think that's it. The members of OMG, along with Kenji, would have to back out.
Dude, did you see that? Carl Tizzy was being chased by 4 people,
Yeah.
and he end one into the bush,
Yeah.
and then went for the softest target.
Yeah,
He got a kill.
masterful play. I mean, you can have all the hype for all carries here in MPL,
Yeah, look
but
at this.
Carl Z is a household name
He
in
is.
the MPL.
Gold medalist, boy.
Still the same intensity when he
this.
was playing back at the SEA Games, still here at the Season 6.
Yeah.
And still is very young.
Very, very young.
Yeah.
And those mechanics and the decision making on this guy is just so on point.
Yeah.
And we are back in the game here with even
God.
more advantages coming from BREN Esports in terms of map control, right?
Yeah.
Because in economics, they are relatively the same.
God carry. That's Card Z, actually.
Yeah.
This guy is. I cannot but feel that Card Z is very much underrated.
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
and
for sure.
He's a total outlier in the carry role. The one who can actually go up to par with him would be of JP, but that's only with the Ling.
Yeah, and the very good the synergy between between JP, Raflisha, and KLBJ.
Yes, there's a requirement, but Card Z can make plays of his own.
That's true.
Right.
And we saw that right
Yeah.
there. 4v1. You know what? I'll go ahead and go for the Cyclops. You
Yeah.
guys can chase me everywhere I go. I'll outplay you in the bush.
So we're very even in terms of gold kills. Not that much really, but in terms of map pressure, it's clearly established in favor of BREN Esports. Even Flapsy here, who's been suffering.
What an aggressive offlaner,
Who's
right?
been suffering against Kurt Z, was able to go for the push here, down for the bottom lane, outer turret. Now, big problem, Kurt Z receives 2 ticks from the Predator airstrike. Wasn't able to connect the Dragon Tail even onto that artillery minion. So, lots of pressure.
That's
still
exactly
for
what you
BREN.
were talking about earlier, right? Just 2 hits can force you back
Yeah.
into your fountain if you don't deal with it very easily and if you are not farmed up well. And now BREN Esports, they are trying to capitalize on that map control advantage they have. And want to go for a fight?
Yeah, they're going for the fight. Black Dragon form once again. Remember that in this instance, like a deja vu, done here too by Kurt Z with that retribution done. And of course, another one. Kurt Z tries to get attack onto Carl Z. Really mix up with the names. Angela also hugging onto him. The hard guard finishes onto the backline. Flapsy once again goes for the rival haze. Force the flicker out. Flapsy may be punished. Dragon tail onto Kurt Z. No more dragon form. And of course, he gets back up there by Kurt Z. He is the real Z here and bringing in a heavy P onto the members here of Omega.
Oh my god, so many E's.
Yeah.
So many Z's in this game.
Yeah,
I
man.
know what you meant earlier. So many Z's is going to be a little bit difficult to pronounce, but we are still having
What
a
a
lot of
dizzy
fun.
game. What a very dizzying game.
What a Z game, right? Exactly. So I feel like Hajizi's having a hard time in this lane. He's having a hard time navigating to those targets,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
It's not.
BREN, no worries onto the link. Actually.
I don't know why. I feel like it's so overwhelming for Hajizi to get into the right targets.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because of this Gatot catch as well from Rebo.
And Karsi is just downright good. Let's see here. Hajizi burns his Blade of Tempest. Now that is going to be a very big loss and big signal here for BREN to be aggressive. Carl Z here able to get a tag onto that Cyclone Eye. Uses the puncture just to get a tag as well onto Kenji. Onto the Black Dragon form. Goes for a few. Fly away. This dragon chasing down that bird. It doesn't matter. He is back to his semi-dragon form and he get greeted by the Thorndrows. Also with a feathered air strike. Flapsy into the front line. And everyone will just take their separations in the mid lane.
Overall, I feel like it is an uphill climb right now for Omega. They are trying to climb and climb into that mid-game, that late game, where Hajizi and Curtizi are going to be so strong.
Yeah.
But BREN Esports, they're kicking the ladder. They are destroying everything that Omega's trying to hold on to.
Yeah, like a ladder match in WWE. I mean, when they're about to
get the money in
grab
the bank.
the money in the bank.
Yeah.
Simple, you just kick the ladder.
That's what they're doing.
It's really funny when you watch it.
I know, right?
really funny when
It's
you watch
such a
it.
fun
Oh,
back-to-back.
There's the glorious moment of
Almost
getting
there,
the money in the bank
then
and
you get pushed
somebody
back.
kicks the ladder.
Yep.
There's that. Ladies and gentlemen, 3K on the gold lead here of BREN. But again, guys, in terms of gold, I would dare say, well, now it's 5K. It's now much. But really, it's about the map. It's the map
is-
control. It's the pressure here by BREN. This one's in the back. Now, what you'd want to observe here is how do we close it out? The Lord will be... may push the top, may push the mid. So that's why now BREN is allocating this bottom lane pressure so that there's enough minion wave stack onto the top lane side the moment that the Lord pops up.
So wave control is what
Wave
they're trying to
control,
go
yes,
for, right?
yes.
And the pushes are going to go in at the same time, so Omega will need to decide where they want to defend.
Yes, yes. And again, Lord, it's not just the Lord, but with a lot of minions, there will be a very big problem here for the Omega OMG indeed. Flap Z here gets hugged by Kurt Z along with the dog coming in from Lusty.
Wow, absolutely. Now it's becoming so much harder for Omega to actually defend this.
Oh my god! Kurt Z here with explosive play. Now he gets tagged there by the Black Dragon form, but Puncture still available, and all of that why? Just to beat out the members of Omega onto the brother. Did Few?
He flickered, right? He did. He just did.
Why?
Yeah, it's on cooldown.
What
I don't know. I don't know, but they don't care.
Yeah.
Revo with the zoning grabs are gorgeous.
Yeah, mysterious place, ladies and gentlemen, coming in from BREN Esports. You got Hayes here getting clipped along with Girls. It doesn't matter. You can actually see how much pain is delivered against Omega.
Maybe what BREN Esports saying, you know what, flicker away you. We don't care.
Yeah.
We're winning anyway.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and clean this up
Yeah.
like what they're doing right now on the top lane push.
At least the skill will go on cooldown, maybe just so
For the last push.
added points, you know.
I don't know, style points.
Utility.
Something. I don't know. It's
so
a
that
stat
so that you can say that you used the flicker
for the whole game.
For the whole game,
Oh.
classic combo, but Kurt Zim did miss his Phantom Execution. There is an up minion wave now entering the base. Also the bottom lane tries to destroy
Looking
this inhibitor. And now we get the members here of BREN Esports of finally knocking down the final door in the base of Omega.
That's a very empty base there for Omega. And now BREN Esports,
They know.
despite a very low kill deficit,
Yeah.
they have macroed their way into a
Yes,
10k
yes.
gold lead.
Yes, that's the exact term. They did macro their way into the 10k gold lead. That, you know, the fights are explosive.
It
The
is.
fights are really explosive. But I cannot but feel that BREN is not really after winning fights, but actually after establishing pressure.
Exactly.
You
The
know?
pressure on the lanes and removing the towers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They don't care about winning the team fights. They just want to make sure they can push.
Oh, look at this, look at this. Will the drive-by be completed?
You remember
Yeah,
this
the
lord.
BSB versus Aura match where actually Drix just drive by that Lord, you
steal
know,
with
yeah,
the link.
with an easy retribution. Here comes the Angela riding onto the Black Dragon form. Didn't hit not much, and no problem as well. A quick deletion are coming in from Kurt Z, and Kurt Z here will be brought to the D by Carl Z, and another member will be saying bye, and I think that's it. How about that?
Huh?
Triple kill for Carl Z. BREN Esports closes out this
Oh.
series in a very dominating fashion. 2-0 against Omega PH.
Man, what a beautiful play there. And I would say that is how you micromanage the whole game, right?
Yeah,
In the end, even though no matter which target Kenji went to for the hard guard,
yeah.